Welcome all. Welcome all. We're back for another webinar here at Descript. Today, we're going to be taking some time to learn about HubSpot and Brand Studio. Thank you, everyone, for attending. My name is Marcelo. I'm a Descript sales engineer. Been here for about 5 years. Normally, we have some other people on screen, so I'll be bringing on some of my peers to talk about some great new features coming up soon. Here, we'll do a little bit of a run of show. For those of you that have been to these sessions before, you'll have seen us walk through these for sure. But we have up in our agenda today, Descript for marketers. We'll be looking at how Matthew can show us a little bit about Descript for the marketing team. We'll then talk about our new HubSpot integration, how to use it. Our product manager, Puppet, will walk us through a little bit of that. And then we'll close things out with Brand Studio for Teams with another product manager, Sherry, and then a little Q&A. Speaking of Q&A, in the YouTube chat, I'd love for everyone to give us an idea of how long they've been using Descript. So in the chat, in the YouTube chat, if you could drop how long you've been using Descript, where you're tuning in from, and what your main use case is. We're going to be showing a couple of things in the Descript UI today. So I just want to make sure everyone is familiarized with Descript, but curious how you've been using Descript, what your familiarity with it is, and how long you've been using. One of the key things we're going to be looking at today again is marketing or like using Descript with marketing. Every marketing team nowadays seems to have become also a video team. The question here is, how do you scale video production without hiring a legion of editors, right? How can you utilize the power of Descript and the tools that we'll be looking at today to leverage small but powerful teams and creating content with our very, very powerful tools? A quick run of show, just a reminder, this is recorded. So once we are concluded with today's session, you'll be able to review this on our YouTube channel afterwards, youtube.com/Descript, I believe. But yeah, again, just to recall our agenda, we will be going over Descript for marketers, HubSpot integration, Brand Studio, and Q&A. To start us off with Descript for marketers, I'm going to bring on screen my friend Matthew. Matthew is a product marketer here at Descript. Great friend, cool, tall guy. We'll bring him on now, and he'll be able to tell us a little bit more about how you can use Descript for your marketing team. All right, Matthew, drum roll. You're on stage. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. Welcome to the agenda. How you doing today,
Thanks
man?
for saying I'm tall. I appreciate that.
I'm just the shortest one on the staff, so I always have to comment where where I stack rank, literally. But thanks for joining us today, man. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. I think we have a cool little intro video to play as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Where is that? You want to share your screen and play that video?
Oh, let me see here. What I want to do is I'll show a demo of a couple cool little features that marketers can use. As a marketer myself, these are the type of things I use Descript for. So those are things like getting someone to record an explainer and making it really easy for them to record it. Use some cool tools like remove filler words, remove retakes, and then go ahead and like apply layouts and add screen recordings and that sort of thing. Another thing that's really easy for marketers to use, and I should say I don't have a video production background, so for me, a tool like Descript is really easy to do something like do a call with a customer and then extract highlight clips for customer testimonial that we can put on the site in case studies and that type of thing. And so I wanted to show those two examples. But if we don't have that pre-recorded video kind of overview ready, I can just jump right into the demo.
Yeah, it looks like we might be having some technical issues with that preloaded video. So feel free to share your screen and we can show that a little bit on screen. We have some tech in the background, maybe getting this working on, but yeah.
Oh, good. All right. So this is going to be cool for, this is going to be cool for folks who have if you're used to Descript, sometimes you only use the parts that you're really familiar with for your use case. Like podcasters might not be doing too much of these video editing kind of workflows. But I'm going to show you a couple cool things. And if you're new, hopefully you're excited about this. So this is the UI, this is the transcript, this is the video, this is the timeline. And we have a bunch of really cool AI tools. So what I'm going to do is start this video so you can hear a bit of what it is. It's an explainer for a company that we like to use for demonstrations called Credit Crazy. You'll hear a little bit more about Credit Crazy later. So here we go.
When you need to finance a large item like a car or a computer or a house, the store will run your credit. Well, wait, there's no store for a house. Let's try that again. When you need to finance an expensive item like a laptop or a car,
so this is, as you can see, we have some restarts here, and he just kept recording, and that's cool because a really easy thing you can do is you get someone to record, let's say about 2.5 minutes worth of content explaining the product features, and then you can go in and say, hey, let's remove retakes. And what Descript will do is look for the part. See, it automatically found that this part was kind of useless, so it removed it from the script. So now when I play it,
when you need to finance an expensive item like a laptop or a car, the salesperson will.
It cuts it right out. It even found a couple parts where there was some other flubs and remove them. Then I can even do, and so I'll go ahead and accept them all. And now the next thing I want to do is go in and shorten word gaps. It's something I like to do to make it more punchy. And so we're going to shorten any gap that's longer than 0.8 seconds.
Mm-hmm. For those that haven't used these powerful AI tools before, you can see very, very quickly and easily how we can manipulate this media on the left-hand side. But yeah, Matthew pulls out one of my favorite shorten word gaps and remove filler words. I think are some of my top favorite AI features. But we can see how quickly and easily we can edit this.
So now we've already cut out about 30 seconds of runtime. I'm just going to play a little bit of the start again.
When you need to finance an expensive item like a laptop or a car, the salesperson will run your credit to make sure you can afford it. To avoid any surprises in the middle of the shop floor, and believe me, you don't want any surprises, especially if you got bad credit and you don't enjoy being humiliated in public. So yeah, to avoid any surprises, you want to run it yourself before you ever leave the house.
So now what I want to do is go ahead and, I could go in, I could do some editing, I could add some layouts, I could do everything manually if I wanted, even using some of these AI tools. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to speak to our co-editor, Underlord, and ask it to, let's say, transform this video into a brand explainer and apply layouts with a title and end card, social media end card. And what's really cool is if you don't know every single feature and what you want to do, but you have a clear idea for your vision of what the final video could look like, you can just ask Underlord to help you build it. Give it direction. Put yourself in the director's seat, and Underlord can do all the work to figure it out. So right now, it's saying it's going to transform. It's creating a plan, right? So it's going to transform the video into a brand explainer, apply a visually engaging title layout to the first scene, add social media end card to the last scene for a strong call to action. And now it's just going to go through and work on it. While that's happening, what I'd like to do is actually jump to another screen where this is a call I had with a client, a customer, right? It's SASTA, which is a big conference that happens about twice yearly. And they do a whole bunch of education for SaaS companies in the tech space. And they use Descript to produce all their content. And so I had this long call. It's probably like an hour long. And a really fun thing to do to quickly get to the great bits in the video is using create clips. And so I'm going to say anytime Amelia talks about a reason she likes or loves Descript, I want 5 clips, clip duration about 20 seconds. And you can go ahead and just have it make the clips. Or if you have an idea of what you want it to look like, in this case, I'm going to use like a YouTube short style with captions. I have these layouts I can choose from to start. And then later on, apply my own specific colors. And so I like this one. I'm going to say, and of course, we have tons of layouts you can use, right? So these are all the different ones that we have options of. So I'm going to say, OK, let's go ahead and do these. And this is one of my favorite shortcut to good content from a big block of video like this. And
Yeah, we actually
go ahead.
I was going to say, we actually do this exact thing for our content. If you follow us on like LinkedIn or TikTok or Instagram or anything, we'll take past webinars that we've done, put them into Descript, run the create clips tool or find highlight tools. And then like Matthew's showing here, very, very quickly, we're able to find with the layout we've pre-selected. So in our visual style, specific clips that we can pull very easily that are viral or calls to action, whatever they may be. So like we do this at Descript with our own tool. It's really cool.
Right, so it's already processed, and here's a great one. It's talking about, I just jump right to it, and you can see it's created a new composition. It didn't replace the original one. It just created a new sub video within the project that has the clip I want. So this clip talks about how, with Descript, they don't have to hire so many external contractors to do videos, and it's showing you how it's already pre-edited her text, and I'll just play it for you so you can see.
I clearly said that this has replaced people. Like, I don't know if you I'm sure you embrace that, but I was like, I don't know how precious I need to be about that.
All right, so that one wasn't a great example. Let's try another one. Of course, you can always go back and give it edits and say, hey, I don't like this, but let's see what else we got from this.
And now we can do that with your guys' AI in minutes, right? So that to me is mind-blowing, that we can now actually achieve and get a whole lot better at our content creation than we used to be, because we can do that in a matter of minutes and then move on to creating more content, right? We can use that time to make more content, better videos, give better advice to our SaaS community of founders. And now we.
And so that was a good example. And what's amazing about this is I went from an hour-long video to a bunch of candidate clips that found the valuable parts within the conversation. And from here, I could go and start tweaking it. I could, for instance, fix this word, correct it so it says SaaS. So then when, you're seeing it you see the captions updated. So small final tweaks. This, you still have to have your taste as well as your human intuition to make it work well. But this is something that's really powerful, especially when you're not a trained video editor like I am.
Yeah, and one thing that Matthew showed, I want to just call out for everyone that's attending, is you can see here, we've made multiple clips, but like Matthew mentioned, we're not altering the initial clip. So we are a non-destructive editor, meaning if these 5 clips aren't what you're looking for, you can try again, and the original video is still retained, right? So we're just looking at small clips of that main video, meaning if we didn't like one, we can move to the next, we can change the layout. But again, like the cool part about Descript is that you can iterate on your media over and over and over.
Exactly, and it already placed it in a new aspect ratio. It centered her, everything. Exactly. And right here, I actually like this opening, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring it back in. So now she starts like this.
Every speaker sounds really good in post-production, and now we can do that with your guys' AI in minutes.
So that's a really good example here. Now I want to go back and check on the other video that we were working on. Credit Crazy, my favorite company. So here, Underlord has finished what it's working on. It's cut the video down to about a minute. It says it's transformed it. I love AI for using these super expressive words, right? So yes, you've transformed my video. I appreciate you. Very engaging brand explainer. So it rewrote the script to fit a brand explainer style. It applied a visually engaging title layout. It added social media end card. And so now let's play it from the start. Check it out. Oh, I see. Okay. I need to actually add the voice in. So this is a bit of a mistake here. But you can
that's
see
where we could use
already.
Underlord to add an AI voice if we so choose.
Exactly. It's really easy. I could just actually apply it right here at the speaker. I'm going to browse on my stock AI speakers.
Life is like a camera.
So for those that don't know, we have
Life is like
the ability to train your own voice or use an AI stock speaker. So here Matthew is choosing from our large list of AI stock speakers. But if you wanted to, you could record a version of yourself and have yourself speak back the script. I do this quite a bit for our webinars when I'm, trying to make a smooth transition. I maybe messed up my, Matthew writes my scripts. Maybe I messed up my script that Matthew also kindly wrote. So we can use text to speech with our trained voice or any of our stock voices to speak out a script or correct something that we might have misspoken. And then we'll see here this generation.
Yeah, the voices of process. I'm just going to start playing it now.
Planning a big purchase, a new car, a laptop, maybe that dream furniture set. Here's the thing.
Right. So you can hear the voice and how it actually, redid the script based on what was recorded. So this is a way where you can play with generative media and AI voices to, almost take what you put in, whether it be you drop a doc in, or in the case, this example here, I dropped a whole video in and have it as a base to create something else from. So it just shows you how far you can go and exploring with Descript. I'm going to stop that one now. Let me see if I have another example in here. Nope. Okay.
All good. I actually just got word that we got the video from the start of this session ready to go. So if you'd like, I'll play that out for us to take a peek there, unless you have anything else you want to show before we move on to some other parts of the demo today.
Yeah, sure. No, I will stop sharing my screen.
Tight. All right, I'm going to show us this video again that we had planned for the beginning of Matthew speaking. But Matthew, thank you again for showing us all these great tools. I think people are going to really lean into utilizing AI tools and Underlord. I think we have something as easy to edit as a Word doc, right? Now we have something as easy to interact with as an LLM. We've all used some chat GPT something, right? So Underlord, think of it as that pocket assistant and app. But yeah, thank you again for showing us that. I'm going to show on screen. Yeah. All right.
If you're a marketer, you know that video is the best medium for your brand content. You also know it's really hard. If you don't have the time, the team, or the skills for pro quality editing, then making video that's up to your brand standards probably just feels impossible. Except it's not impossible, because now there's Descript. Descript can do everything you need to do to make brand video you can actually be proud of. And you already know how to use it. Because in Descript, you edit video by editing text. And it's loaded with AI tools that can do anything you don't have time for or just don't know how to do. You've also got Underlord, an AI agent you can direct to do all the work, so you can make a video while multitasking, or you can just, sit back and rest a minute. This job is tiring, take a break. But wait, it gets even better. Because now you can connect your HubSpot account directly to Descript. Move seamlessly between platforms, export videos directly from HubSpot to Descript for editing, then publish right back to HubSpot when you're done. No downloading, no clumsy file transfers, just nice smooth flow, like this. You can find Descript on the HubSpot Essential Apps page. So go on, get yourself some Descript and start making videos that make your brand pop.
Awesome. Love that video. We have, if you have not already seen, check out our YouTube channel for a bunch of other really good content just like that. We had on screen Ramdy, one of my favorite people to make videos with here at Descript. Speaking of some of my favorite people here at Descript, next up we have Puppet, a product manager here at Descript. Puppet's going to talk us through the HubSpot integration that we just saw a little bit about, and then potentially give us a little bit of some Q&A as well, maybe, who knows. But Puppet, welcome to the stage. Welcome to the party. Thanks for having us, or thanks for joining.
Yeah, hello, Marcelo. It's always nice to see you. Yeah, I'm super excited to talk about the HubSpot integration. We are an official HubSpot marketplace app now, and that's very recent, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah. It means you can download the Descript app in HubSpot and edit any of your videos in Descript and publish them right back. It's pretty exciting.
That's really rad. That's like one of our many integrations, but it's cool to hear we're like an official HubSpot like licensed partner or something. Do you know how many downloads we've already gotten, or how long the integration's been out so far?
Yeah, it's really popular. It's been out for a couple weeks now, and we've got over 400 downloads.
That's crazy. Hell yeah. I know that's like pretty big for the HubSpot side of things. So good to hear that it's making some traction. All right. Do you want to take a peek at this demo or this demo video that we have here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's take a peek together.
Today, we're going to talk about how to seamlessly get your videos into and out of HubSpot from Descript. First, you're going to start in your HubSpot instance and go to Content. Then, go to your videos library. You'll see all of your HubSpot videos in your library as usual. Go to Add Videos, and then you can click right on Descript. And this will bring up your Descript Drive view. One thing you'll need to make sure is that you have your pop-up blockers off. Now, go to your project and select the video that you would like to move into HubSpot. If you need to edit your video, you can do that right here, just as you would normally. Once you're done, click Export and select in Destination, HubSpot. Publish your video to HubSpot and make sure you have your pop-ups enabled, because here you'll be able to verify what HubSpot instance your Descript video is going to go to. I'm going to select this one and continue with this account. The video will be automatically imported right into your HubSpot instance. To get started with the Descript app, click on the Marketplace icon in HubSpot and go to HubSpot Marketplace. Search for Descript and select the Descript icon. Here you'll see the marketplace information for the Descript app. You can understand how the app works, as well as see reviews.
Very cool. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. There's so many API integrations, plug and play things now that you're not always expecting to just have a couple of clicks and get right into media editing. But yeah, thank you for all the work you did on that, Puppet.
Yeah, it was great working with the HubSpot team. And I just also want to say, if anybody else has any ideas for integrations, I'd love to see them in the chat.
Yeah, if I would be very curious for everyone in the YouTube chat or wherever you're viewing, drop what other tools that you're using that you'd like to see Descript integrate with. This might also be a good time for us to plug our feature request board. Kenny.com/Descript. You should be able to see our feature request board. Feel free to drop things on that feature request board. We're happy to take a peek and review. We have a team of people looking at those in a regular cadence. Puppet and I both look at those pretty regularly. But yeah, any feature requests you got, please drop those in there. I think one really cool thing from all of this, though, Puppet, is the fact that like with this HubSpot integration and with, obviously the suggestions we'll get from our loving viewers here, it's cool to see that like Descript, you don't have to change much to have Descript flow into your existing tech stack or your marketing stack, right? And from what we saw with Matthew earlier, it's really cool to see us have abilities for people that aren't traditional video and audio editors be able to take advantage of some of these really powerful tools and even integrate with tools that they already use. But yeah, I could vamp on that for 3 days. You have any other thoughts, Puppet, on our HubSpot integration?
No, it's great to be here. I'm looking forward to the Q&A.
Hell yeah, cool. Yeah, and just for everyone, please drop questions you got in the chat. During the Q&A, we'll have everybody on screen to answer questions that are relevant to them. So keep those questions coming. But thank you so much, Puppet. Good having you on. Tight. All right, so now we are going to talk for the final thing. Just as a recap, so far we've talked about Descript for marketers. We've talked about our HubSpot integration. What was next on the list? Pop quiz. Okay, you passed. It's Brand Studio. We're going to bring on Sherry, a product marketer here, or manager here at Descript. She's going to give us a little bit of information on Brand Studio and what that means for you and your users. Sherry, what's good?
Hello.
Welcome to the party.
So excited to be here. Yeah, I was really excited to talk about Brand Studio because we actually just added a bunch of new features last week. So all the new features are only a week old. Yeah, so let's get into it, and I'll share my screen and we can take a look at it. So the way that you access Brand Studio, it's over here. So if you're home, you go to Brand Studio. What's new is that we really added a bunch of functionality that allows teams to set defaults and stay on brand. So you can set your default fonts, colors, layout packs, media. Oh, we've got a reload happening. All right, well.
Wouldn't be live if there's at least one reload, you know?
Exactly. So you can add all these, you can add all of your defaults. You can have all of your logos show up. You could set glossary and also control permissions. And the thing that's really valuable is once you set these defaults, you can use them directly in your projects. So for example, I can go into a project, and we're still sticking with Credit Crazy, our favorite company.
I love them.
Yes, who doesn't love Credit Crazy? But you can see, for example, here, all of my brand colors are right there. So you don't have to keep looking for the correct hex value that you want to use. And if you want to, for example, see your other colors, they're still accessible. Same thing is true with fonts. Your brand fonts show up on top. All of the other fonts are below. And then with media, you have stock, and then your brand logos. And they're all right there. They're all organized by image, audio, video. Obviously, I only have logos, so this is just image. And then the really cool thing about it is if you are a slightly bigger team, you know, like you got 3 or more people, it can be hard to enforce brand standards. So if you are the drive owner or admin, you can actually limit your permissions. So what it means is you lock your team down so that they can only use your brand assets, basically what's defined in all of these tabs. You can do this top toggle, it restricts everything, or you can restrict individual ones, like you want to lock people down in brand fonts, but they can still use everything else. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think this is huge. Like for plenty of customers I talk to, anyone from like our hobbies plans up to our enterprise plans, people want the ability to have consistency in their output, right? People really want to make sure, especially on like a managerial or like leadership level, that if I have all of these media assets that I've dropped into Descript, you know, my team can't jump into, you know, Giphy and pull a bunch of like non-confirmed brand assets. So just to show, like, I know we're looking at this and it's like, you know, in Descript fashion, it's very easy, but this is a very common feature request and a huge add-on for us. So like, great work on this, but yeah.
Yeah, and fun fact, from the data, what we see is the most common thing that people love to restrict are actually layout packs. So when you set that default layout pack and you restrict it, you know, people are locked into the default layout pack that you made. So that is currently the most popular one. But for now, just to show you how everything looks when we restrict it, I'll just restrict everything. So then when you go back into your project, you have to be the drive owner or admin to set the restrictions. But when you go into project, you pretty much see exactly what your team will see. So I can open this. And now you see on the media side, I'm restricted to just my brand assets. When I look at colors, I can only use my brand colors. And then same thing with fonts, I'm restricted down to my brand fonts. So that's pretty much how it works. Pretty idiot-proof way to just make sure you can stay on brand.
I think it's good to have those, you know, extremely heavy guardrails, right? Like I am my own worst enemy in situations like this. I love to click around. If I get access to a tool, I want to try every button. I want to see what I can load. And my people like Matthew are the ones that are afraid of me clicking the wrong button and showing the wrong thing on screen. So it's great to have, you know, some more like locked down assets, making sure that like you as an admin or an owner of your drive, you really, really, really have utmost control of like what your team has access to, and you make sure like from the start that whatever your team is outputting, you or your team, it's meeting those brand standards that you set in Brand Studio.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the fun thing is we actually, for our Descript internal drive, our version of Descript, we actually have our own brand kit set up with the Descript colors and the fonts. And so it's something that everyone across the company is pretty much using every day as we're making videos too. And so we have access to our approved logos, and our marketing team is constantly adding the approved assets. And it honestly makes life a lot easier because, you know, I was also going to Google and Googling the Descript logo and screenshotting it, and it's just not the way to go.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've opened our one of our brand assets and then just like took the eyedropper tool to find the Descript blue, the specific hex, right? And without not needing to do that, being able to like look into my colors for my brand studio and see, oh, cool, Sherry's already added that. I can live on without fear. But yeah.
Yeah,
Very
the
cool.
other random, I guess, fact is in our Descript brand kit that a blue is actually called Descript Blurple.
Really?
Yeah, well, maybe the other thing I can show you is you can name all of your, I'll screen share again really quickly while we're here.
Yeah, might as well.
So you can rename, you can edit your colors, you can rename them. So if you want to specify what it's used for example, like H1 headings or primary color versus accent color, you can label them. And then that way your team members will know what everything is intended to be used for.
And if I remember correctly, when you go to like layout packs, and when you remix a layout pack, these colors are like present right away, right?
Correct. So we can definitely do that. When we remix, you can see that it's actually, they're right there. And then you can remix and also start from scratch as the other option.
Very cool. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to show about that before we look at some Q&A possibly?
Not right now. I guess would love to see what the chat has to say.
Absolutely. With that, I'm going to bring everybody else on stage. We'll get started with Q&A. So for anyone in the YouTube chat, feel free to drop questions. We have people monitoring that chat, so we'll bring the questions on screen as they come in. If you see a question that's already been asked, copy paste that bad boy. I want to see what the question is. How's everyone feeling? Great session. This is the first time we are all doing one of these webinars together. I think everyone did a really great job showing their demos. I hope you all feel the same.
Thanks, Marcelo. You've been a great host.
Thanks. I'm trying. This is the first time I'm hosting one of these sessions, so hell yeah. Cool. First question we got on here. What are some team tools that we can expect to see in the near future? We were just talking about like Brand Studio. We were just talking about, like HubSpot integrations. Do we have anything that maybe we can pull back the curtain a little bit and say maybe what's coming next, or even a rough direction of where we might be headed? If not, that's cool.
I mean, at least on the brand kit side, I think it's a first step. So we've set the foundations for within Brand Studio, so you can set the colors and the assets, but there's a lot more that we want to do there. So we're actively brainstorming the new directions that we can take it. It's that's the first step of many.
Very cool. Yeah, I think like I know it's crazy to ask where we're going next, but because we just got here. But yeah,
I'd also say something that we release new little features and tweaks and updates and buttons even so often that I'm thinking of some of the more recent team-focused additions in the last month or so, and one of them was you can have like cursor presence. So if you have multiple editors on your team working on a file, you can see those folks like in the script or working on the canvas where you see the video. So it doesn't have to be like this weird situation where only one person can be working on the file at one time, and then someone else, you have to like leave it before someone else can pick it up. Now we have cursor presence, so you can actually see, oh, myself and Marcelo, we're working on this video together. Kind of like you're used to with Google Docs, for instance. We now have that in Descript.
Exactly. Like whenever you're in a project together at the same time, on the top right of Descript, your user icon will light up. So if Matthew is working on a project and I join, my little head and shoulders icon will appear in Matthew's project. You'll also see the user icon in the composition that someone's on. And then if you're both in the same compositions, like Matthew mentioned, you'll see each other's cursors. So it's cool to see like live collaboration with people like, hey, we're both editing this thing at the same time. And then jumping in Slack, being like, yo, move your mouse so I can change the thing. But yeah.
And one more thing I'm going to show, it's an oldie but goodie in terms of working with teams, because this is actually how we do our video production workflow. I'm just going to pull up Credit Crazy again. Once I have a video I'm happy with and I want to get other folks' feedback on it, I click the export and I use the Descript web link. And once you do that, that's a video that allows you, that's just a link that anyone can open. You can send it to folks that need to review it. And then they will be able to add comments at different times in the video. You can have a conversation in it and get all your feedback that way remotely. And so right now this is published. I'm just going to go ahead and open the link. I guess I'll do it here. So I'm not switching tabs, and it's rendering. And so what's cool is, I can go in, I can see the transcript. So, for instance, I was showing you this Amelia from SaaStr earlier. When they have videos that they're producing that feature other people on stage, they will send one of these links to that company, and on their side, they can do legal review if they want, where they can literally scan the whole transcript. They don't have to sit down and watch the whole video to do legal review. They can search for words like credit and find it where it is, stuff like that. And of course, you can also add comments. So I can be, say I'm watching, it's still rendering, but say I'm at this point, I can just say, okay, I love this opening.
And through text selection, you can make a selection of text or any part in that area and make a comment on there. This also can be done inside of a project. So you can have your external viewers commenting and reviewing, or your co-editors commenting and reviewing. Also on the top right, you'll notice we also have view counts and the ability to download the video right away. So if you are wondering, hey, did Matthew really watch this video when I sent it to him and he said he would watch it? You can see view counts there. And then also, again, if you need to download the video, you don't have to open the Descript application at all. You can download straight from the share page.
And so that's just a good example of team features. Again, oldie but goodie, but more people should use it because this is, free hosting that you get to be able to share videos out before you're ready to say, okay, this is final. I'm ready to send it to YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever you're going to post your video.
Awesome. All right, let's move on to some other questions. Thank you for that, Matthew. Sherry, to you, we have one or two here about Brand Studio. Can you give us any recommendations on the best way to manage or organize the media in Brand Studio? Real quick, I'm going to get on my Marcelo high horse and mention something that I mention in every session. That is digital cleanliness. Please, whenever you are bringing media into a collaborative space where other people will edit, make sure you have clear naming conventions for the files that you are bringing in, because there's nothing worse than seeing Marcelo edit final 3, final for real this time, .mp4 in your media library. That's all.
Yeah, maybe I'll screen share again. So I obviously did not show last time how we pick a color. We can maybe add another color, but that's how that happens. One note about this, though, is that we currently have not made it possible to drag and drop and rearrange your colors. So organizationally, maybe it would be helpful to align them for now in the order that you want. Obviously, drop us a note in the chat if you really feel strongly about drag and drop. We'd love to hear from you. So that's the first thing, that you should add them in the order that you want them to show up here. The next thing is on the media side, you can upload via this media button, or we also have the ability to drag and drop into this space. And you can also rename it. So I would say, obviously, it is best if you keep everything clean. But if you uploaded it and the naming convention didn't make any sense, you can rename it after the fact.
So you can say Credit Crazy main logo, Credit Crazy secondary logo, Credit Crazy slug, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. One thing to keep in mind is that right now we show a preview of 4 of each asset type. So image, video, or audio, and then you can expand to see more. There's a limit of 50 total files. So if you have 50 images, you can search, but otherwise it may get a little bit difficult to parse through everything. So I guess my other recommendation would be to really curate the set of stock media that you're trying to add. or make sure you spread them across the different asset types so that you're not putting all 50 of your files into one asset type.
Totally. And then we can see that from that search menu as well, like there's an option for you to search for naming. So if you do end up adding 50 files, just make sure that naming convention is clean and clear. Bada bing, bada boom. You can find anything you want anytime.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll plug the YouTube again. There's a video about how to prepare your files for video editing in terms of naming conventions and foldering. It's a recent video, so you can see it on YouTube.
It's a good one. Everyone watch that. Ignore my house. The physical space I reside in is dirty, but the digital space that I reside in is clean as heck. All right. Puppet, maybe you could answer this one for us. Which plans can access the HubSpot integration? And Sherry, for you as well, Brand Studio.
Well, for HubSpot, all Descript plans can access the HubSpot integration.
Whoa.
It's available for everyone.
That's great. And that's available today for everybody, right?
That's right.
Perfect. And Sherry, for Brand Studio.
Yeah, Brand Studio is currently for Business Plus, and that permissions capability specifically is Enterprise Plus. And a lot of the rationale was just thinking about the team sizes at which you would need these types of controls and where it would actually be valuable. So that's kind of how we set that. We were kind of looking at the teams and what they needed and what was the best match for this feature set.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you for that. Looks like we might be out of questions. So thank you all for popping on. Everyone in the chat, if you have continued questions, don't forget we have resources for those. But I will release my 3 co-hosts here back into your netherworld, wherever you guys go. Cool. Thanks for joining all 3. Peace and blessings. I will catch you all later. Everyone in the chat, big love for Sherry, Puppet, Matthew.
Thanks, Marcelo.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Later,
Bye.
skaters. I'm removing each of you. Okay, bye and bye. Tight. All right, everybody. What's up? Let's close this thing out. Let me get this question off screen first. So today we went over some major things. Just to recap from our agenda, we went over Descript for marketers. We went over how to use the HubSpot integration, and we saw that live. We went over Brand Studio for teams. We looked at who can access that, and then we had our very wonderful Q&A with my friends. I like working here. I like all the people that we had on stage today. It's very cool to be here. I have a lot of really cool peers. It's very nice to be around a lot of really smart people that get to work on really cool things. But with that, I want to give us some closing notes. For those of you that are new to Descript or that you want to, continue to use the features that we learned about today, don't forget to check out our content on web.descript.com. You can log into your account and see inside of your account the Learn Descript tab. On the left-hand side of your screen, you see Learn Descript. There's a bunch of getting started videos. You can also visit our YouTube channel or our Help Center to get some more information there. Reminder that this session was recorded. So if you're like, what did Marcelo say at exactly 31 minutes and 17 seconds? You can find out. Check our YouTube channel after this and tell me what I said at that point in time, because I do not remember. That's why that's recorded. Please don't forget to follow us on socials, Instagram, Twitter, and whatever else we are on. I don't know. We're on every social media. If you know about it, we are there. But with that, I will bid you all adieu. Thank you all for coming to another wonderful session. Check out our events page so you can see when future webinars are coming up. And if you have suggestions or requests for content of future webinars, please, please, please make sure to drop those so that we can take a peek. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be cool, be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye.